things that happened recently with us in the bubble, with the boycott. Seeing that it was done before by someone as great as Elgin made us all the more comfortable with really going out there and standing up for what's right. Elgin helped me understand that my career wouldn't be punished for doing what's right, and that this situation wouldn't be an either or. Everything that he put into motion.
And check out the Mavs. Fashion first, getting off the bus. And is it?
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka. And it's Batum in at the 4 slot. Now, here's Doncic. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Just 5 to shoot. And yes, it's good. You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Brent, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
George passes to Ibaka. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Here's George. Ibaka, great positioning on the putback.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Now, here's Kleba. He had 13 points in the win against Orlando.
Let's us not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Richardson, no luck.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Leonard finds George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. 13 feet away. Mavericks with the rebound.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Kleba, the pass to Richardson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And here's George for 3. He can't hit that time. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Now, here is Ibaka. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Batum, that one rolling around and rims out. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 1. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
Now, here's George, following the miss by Josh Richardson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And here's Leonard from 3. Good work defensively by Richardson. Finney Smith kicks to Porzingis. Finney Smith passes to Doncic. To end the drought, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Doncic has got 6.
And he's such a polished shooter. You can't give Doncic these kinds of opportunities, or he's going to burn you.
Ibaka, the pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Now, lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride. So full speed, 2 points.
Outside, Porzingis puts up a three. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Mavericks, Johnson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Leonard. The rebound by Johnson. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to Richardson. A step back shot here. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Nice job, Richardson, playing now in the mid-range. That tells me his offensive game is showing confidence.
Leonard against Hardaway. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
We've got Williams. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the 2nd quarter. Here's Brunson. Basket good.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Williams. The Mavericks pull it in.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA, just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Williams looking around. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Here's Morris. 11 points last game. Back to Jackson. From past the arc. Morris, no good. Mavericks leading by 3. Down low. Out to Hardaway. Here's Richardson. The shot that time, not on target. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Williams inside the line. Williams missing again.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Thompson with it. Williams picks him up. And the basket it. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
I think Patrick Beverly, for the entirety of his NBA career, is really going to embrace the role of being the villain. has no problem with it whatsoever.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop." Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Goes up on the wing. Offensive rebound. Here's Zubac. No good with the layup. Mavericks leading by 5. Powell kicks to Doncic. And he makes that one. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Go figure is right. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
A different look for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's George in for Jackson. The Mavericks also with a sub. Kleba's checked in. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And don't give a cerebral player like Leonard that kind of opening. He'll read that gap.
Beverly against Doncic. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. To the paint. Cauley-Stein kicks to Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Leonard attacking. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Such a difficult guy to keep up with and also have a conversation with. Leonard, sometimes all you can do is foul him.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Porzingis is checked in.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Here's Doncic. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic. Porzingis has got his first points of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Beverly for 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 14-6 run. Doncic. Batum grabs the miss.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
George with no one around. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Paul George showing his offensive confidence right there, just letting that one go as soon as it touches his hand.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 5.
Thanks, Rick. What do you like about how you...
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of everything. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds. And that's all we have.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Richardson the pass to Kleba. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Off target with his 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Batum trying to break loose. Good on the bucket. George has got 11.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Doncic against Beverly. Doncic passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
All of that happening because Porzingis moved well off of the screen to find the space.
Outside, George for the tie. That doesn't go either for George. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Now you can see the defense is so shifted over to where Kristaps Porzingis is that they lose track of the situation, and he burns them with the pass.
Leonard looking over the floor. Lets it go from deep. Drills the three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Doncic outside. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Dallas with another.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Doncic against Beverly. Got a piece of it. Back to George. Fast break, Dallas. Richardson finds Kleber. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And it's in there. Now it's a 6-point Maverick lead.
Yeah, Porzingis, the things we talk about is assertiveness, but that also comes with great stamina. Right now, he's determined.
Here's George. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Dallas leading by 4. Doncic outside. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got 16 points.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Pass to George. Back to Beverly. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And Ibaka kicks to George. 6 to shoot. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Richardson. Here's Doncic. Elbow shot is on the way. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Paul George.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
Doncic against Beverly. Now, here's Doncic. Guarded close. Porzingis on the follow. He's got 8.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
On the wing, George. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. And it's Beverly missing. Mavericks leading by 6. Floats it up for Doncic. Stolen by Beverly. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D. And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Hardaway. Rebounded by Jackson. And they're on the break. Kennard for 3. Doesn't go for him. Got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Dallas with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Ivica Zubac. Morris is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 2 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And he sinks the second. Clippers trail by 7. Now Williams. Fires at the elbow. The Mavericks pull it in.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Jackson passes to Morris. Back to Jackson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverley. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Here's Leonard. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both. But when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. Richardson, he's checked in for Dallas.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Brunson against Beverly. The 17-footer goes down. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
High post to Ibaka. Batum scanning the floor. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. Dallas leading by 5. Brunson up top, defended by Beverly. Cauley Stein kicks to Brunson. They get it again. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. In the corner, George with it. No good on the 3.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime. Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Here's George to the inside. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Ibaka.
Big stakes, big bucket. Ibaka showing he has the mettle to rise to the challenge.
Here's Brunson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Leonard with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
With those long arms and with the high release point, Leonard is practically daring you to foul him.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Zinkas, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for James Johnson. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Doncic. Ibaka with some nice D.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're up by 3. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
Thank you, David. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
And maybe the natural-born leader that Josh Richardson is showing up in a big way.
Richardson against George. Left side, Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. And Batum kicks to Leonard. Pulls it from the elbow. With the putback. And Ibaka is right there.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. 29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And here is Doncic. The pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The rebound by Ibaka. It's George on the wing. Richardson cover. From deep. Off target. So a close game sees Dallas taking this. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Schroeder in at the point. And for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Richardson the pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game-changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. just effective.
Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Porzingis on the follow.
Guys, you look at Porzingis, and it seems like he's got a knack for chasing down the ball on the offensive glass. Really good instincts.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. LeBron, no luck.
Boy, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Takes it from 10. It's tipped.
Caldwell Pope showing us excellent timing there, using his length well on defense.
Here's James. Here's Harrell. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Shoots over Schroeder. Second shot opportunity. Dallas moving it around. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Boy, this is why me and so many others are high on Doncic. I mean, he's got the ability to fight through challenges that defenses present.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And the Lakers also making a change. Marcus All's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. The drive by James uses the glass to finish the layup. LeBron's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Lays it up and banks it in. Doncic has got 7.
Boy, a main weapon in Doncic's attack. He really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Kuzma finds Schroeder. Back to Kuzma. Pass to Gasol. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Johnson. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Boy, I tell you what, Doncic plays with really good energy and awareness. But also, he's got a quiet physicality to him, and he doesn't mind being bumped around when he's trying to score.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for James Johnson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson. Gasol. Again, the Lakers.
Boy, the confidence of Gasol on the block is really impressive to see. I mean, once he gets good positioning, he goes right to work.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by LeBron. All alone, and the dunk by James.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And here are the Mavericks now, after the basket by Los Angeles. Just 5 on the clock. Left block shot on the way. The shot by Powell, no good. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them,
Are you kidding me? Nasty. Nothing out of the ordinary there for LeBron. I mean, insane athleticism.
Doncic against James. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered closely. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. It's a 3-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Here's Doncic. Nails it from the high post. Doncic has got 11 points.
Well, you know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their game. Deadly from the mid-range.
And that... Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Harrell is out there with Markieff Morris. And it's LeBron James. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 2 spot. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's his first foul. Dallas making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Well, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. There's the pass to Caruso. Feeds to Harrell. Back to James. And then jammed down right as he goes over Marjanovic.
Hard to play better defense than that, guys. I mean, but right there, James simply overpowered him.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And there's the foul. Here going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. And Tavius Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for James. Here's Doncic. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Harrell, the pass to Horton Tucker. Down low. And Harrell slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Harrell, that's good. Harrell's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Lakers.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Richardson the pass to Powell. Out to Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Doncic, because he's so skilled and so savvy, he does a nice job forcing the defense into tough spots when they're guarding him.
And he knocks down the first one. Like so many people know your story, born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons,
right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist, and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. Well, we felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Here's Finney Smith, denied.
Upping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and alter shots.
A pass to Porzingis, an emphatic LU jam.
Well, what an athlete this Porzingis kid is, man. I tell you, you put the rock anywhere near him, and he's going to throw it down.
Schroeder outside, trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Now just a 1-point Los Angeles lead. The Lakers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Harrell kicks it over to Schroeder. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Now, here is Morris. Schroeder dishes to Harrell. And the call, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Doncic with the bucket.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
Here's Morris. After Luka Doncic's bucket, clock at 4. Morris finds Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Back to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. The 3. That one misses. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers ahead. They're up by 1.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and you. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points. And that's all we have.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Richardson is out there with Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Kuzma passes to Harrell. Here's James. Kuzma finds James, goes back up, and it's good on the layup. LeBron's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Lakers.
And, you know, you come to expect this type of play from LeBron. I mean, he's relentless when he's in attack mode.
Goes up, throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Mavericks trail by 5. Richardson with it. It's blocked. And here we go. Lakers running again. And the dunk by James.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Bogdanović.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Schroeder passes to Harrell. Over Porzingis. Kicks it out to Schroeder. There's the 3. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. James Johnson checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. The drive by James, and there it is for him. James has got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off. Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
So it's Richardson with the jam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that 2-hander.
And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley-Stein, a presence defensively.
That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Richardson. Morris outside. Caruso kicks to Morris. Here's LeBron, and finished off by LeBron.
Yeah, they call him the freight train. LeBron James, when he's coming down the court like that, good luck trying to stop him.
Richardson attacking. Back to Brunson from downtown. Hits the 3-point bomb.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
LeBron against Richardson. Johnson outside. Right side Hardaway. Out to the right wing. Brunson, no good. Lakers leading by 4. And LeBron throws it down.
You know, it would be fun to tabulate how many of LeBron's career points have come on the break. I would just venture to guess he's had a bunch of them.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
LeBron outside. Pass to Caruso. To the wing on the left. Morris into the lane. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 4. And here's Brunson. Left side Hardaway. And stolen by James. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol at the center.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here's Porzingis. Over in the corner, Doncic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. Schroeder finds Gasol. Back to Schroeder. Out to the wing. Harrell the pass to Gasol. Over Doncic. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
And improving as a shot maker every year. Harrell has to be accounted for defensively.
Porzingis at the elbow. Gasol with it. Out guarded by Porzingis. Caldwell-Pope against Marjanovic. Caldwell-Pope dishes to Harrell. Kuzma kicks to Caldwell-Pope. That 3 off the mark.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And Doncic throws it down.
Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and it's clear. He's got the entire package, a full repertoire, especially at the offensive end.
Pass to Kuzma. Back to Schroeder. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Count it. And the Lakers lead by 4. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
James checked in for the Lakers. And stolen by Kuzma. Now the Lakers on the break. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, you've got to be attentive around Kuzma. You can't be casual. He's excellent at gambling appropriately and coming away with steals.
High post try. And James pulls it down.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team. That's why they're ahead.
Schroeder passes to LeBron. No good on the triple. Mavericks trail by 6. Here's Doncic. Good. Nice job down low. Doncic has got 27 points.
How impressive is Doncic? This guy is incredible at stepping up in big moments.
And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Inside, Marjanovic uses the glass to finish the layup. Now just a 2-point Laker lead.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Out to Porzingis. Porzingis is double. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving it around. Shot clock at 5. To tie it up. Porzingis trying to get free.
They came close there to tying it up.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the fourth, that would have been a big bucket for them.
Stolen away. Here's Doncic. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game. Doncic has got 6 here in this quarter. 1:04 left here in the fourth quarter. Arrow high post. Schroeder kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Schroeder. Here's LeBron. Tips it up. Crucial possession with time ticking down.
Yeah, an opportunity to take the lead on this possession.
Doncic working it over. Good on the shot.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Hard away against Schroeder. Pass to Kuzma. Porzingis with the steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That is his first foul of the game. Dallas making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Lakers. The feed to Harrell. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Can't knock in the 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Marjanovic passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Marjanovic. And here's Doncic from the arc. No good. So a close game sees Dallas taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment. All right, David, thank you.
Proved to be too much as he rolled on to a 26-point win over the reigning champ, Jomar.
There's a perfect example of it right there, and Luka!
Applying the
busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal number for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point.
That's a well-timed play, well executed, and Serge, a quick, powerful roller to work with.
It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Here's Gasol. Lays it up off the glass. On tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Here's Caldwell Pope after the Clippers pick up 2. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
He's a handful inside. Marc Gasol taking it right at the defense, and he created some of that contact.
Lakers shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And in terms of team members, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. And the pass to Leonard. It's stolen by Schroeder. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And again, no good by the Lakers. And now the Clippers on the break. Plays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. Takes it out to Schroeder. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
So difficult to stay in front of. Schroeder allowed to get all the way to the rim that time.
George passes to Ibaka. The Lakers with the rebound. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
They came in focused and ready to play, and despite facing little resistance, they never pulled back.
Here's Leonard after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
So difficult to stop Leonard from scoring. Sometimes you just have to foul him.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Now here's James. He had 19 points in the win against Golden State.
And his shot blocking helped as well. Those 2 blocks he had were big for them.
And that's rocking the rim. Give him 2 points and tap on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensational.
And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well. That's lit right there, courtesy of Kawhi's natural explosiveness.
Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. Harrell kicks to Caruso. 16 feet away, and the shot is long.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Morris passes to Zubac. Outside Williams. Right side George. Rebound by Harrell.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
And that one's good. James has got his second basket of the night.
Taking advantage of what's there. LeBron reads the situation correctly.
Leonard on the wing. Over James. That one off the back iron and out. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Lakers. And the dunk by James.
That was a great job creating in transition. LeBron, using his speed, puts himself in a position to attack.
Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort. Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Lakers passing it around. James dishes to Harrell. gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
Getting hit on the way up, the ability to finish in traffic might be Harrell's strongest attribute offensively.
Pass to Williams. With 1 on the clock, and George with the stuff.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Lakers ahead. They lead by a bucket. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball. Yeah.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Caldwell Pope. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Harrell. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. Morris is checked in for the Lakers. The Clippers also changing it up. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Now here's Kuzma. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Golden State.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Harrell's energy is what helps him collect second chance opportunities.
Beverley for 3. Rebound the Lakers.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
To Schroeder. From the high post, connects, the jumper drops. Schroeder's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
And for Dennis Schroeder, that's a shot the defense will give him because of his ability to blow by people.
Here's Ibaka. Rebound the Lakers. Harrell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Schroeder. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And now it's an 8-point Laker lead.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Now here's Beverley. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. He kicks it to Ibaka. And the shot goes down. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to Vancouver.
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Now, here is Morris. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. Kuzma inside. Defended by Beverley. And Harrell slams it in.
A big man with great lift. Montrezl Harrell loves playing above the rim.
Here's Jackson. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot. Has a good blend, Smitty, of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can tack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will be consistent as the years go on.
Clippers with the ball. after the basket by the Lakers. And Beverly kicks to Jackson. Fires from the wing. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
That quick burst off the pick allows Jackson to separate and get the look he wants.
Caldwell Pope passes to Harrell. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Jackson up top. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Kuzma outside. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Guarded by Jackson. Caldwell Pope dishes to Harrell. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Getting better and better at scoring the basketball. Montrezl Harrell just scoring at will right now.
Beverly looking around. Batum against Morris. Shot on the wing. A shot by Batum, no good. The shot, no good. And that does it for the first half of play. Lakers on top. They finish off the second quarter with a huge surge. An 18-6 run. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie. Big-time play throughout the first half from Montrezl Harrell. He had 16 points, and of course the... And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, guys, Montrezl Harrell has been exceptional here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
So for the Clippers right now, Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3. And it's James missing. Clippers trail by 12. Here's George. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. The Clippers shooting in this game, 45%. Leonard with the ball. Gasol covering. Here's Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game.
Something that's really evolved for Ibaka, the ability to absorb contact while maintaining control.
Morris against Batum. Kept alive.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Leonard finds George. The lead now in single digits.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Beverly against Schroeder. Caldwell Pope outside. Rocket 6. Paul George with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And finished off by Leonard.
A terrific ball thief. PG-13 knows it's a priority to create turnovers that spark the running game.
Schroeder against Batum. Got a hand on it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Some changes for the Lakers. Horton Tucker's checked in. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubats is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's horrific.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you see
what a
that
play.
one, Kevin? Unbelievable. Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Kicks it out to James. And James throws it down.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Williams passes to George. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
What I like during this run, they paid incredible attention to the details at both ends. That needs to continue.
Morris against Morris. And the layup's good off the glass.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Passes it to Morris. Jacks up a 3. That shot off the mark. So the Lakers will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. You know, Steve, one thing you admire about LeBron, how he shapes a possession for his team. He'll create situations where he gets a mismatch or helps his teammate find one.
You know, Kevin, LeBron will use his high screens to just kind of shuffle defenders, make them think. Once he sees an opportunity, he'll pounce all over it. You can see him do this the most at the end of close games.
Steve, one thing I always think of when I watch LeBron, how much fun it must be to be a teammate of his.
You know, Kevin, I wish I could have played with a guy like LeBron James. You get so many open looks and easy finishes with him on the court. One of the easiest superstars to play with, bar none.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. And Kyle Kuzma is subbed in for Markieff Morris. Morris kicks to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
To the left wing. Pass to Caruso. Harrell high post. And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. LeBron right side. And LeBron throws it down.
Driving with that kind of speed and power, LeBron bulldozes his way through contact.
Williams with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
The quick first step of James, along with his power, that's the difference on the drive.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Right back after this break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward position. That's the Laker 5.
I like getting Kuzma something going toward the basket. That's a high percentage play for him.
Williams dishes to George. Fires the 3. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The pass to Caruso. Here's Schroeder. Dishes it to Harrell. Poked loose. The Clippers grab the miss. To the paint. Oh, here comes Williams all alone.
In attack mode pretty much every game we see him. This time, Williams getting it done in transition.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Schroeder, and the shot goes in. And the Lakers lead by 11. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this area at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Clippers trail by 11. Morris outside, all by himself. Finishes the break with a slam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Morris kicks to George. Banked in off the glass.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Lakers leading by 11. Schroeder up top. He's guarded by Williams. Here's George. Fires for three. They grab their own miss. And Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers.
Excellent timing on the offensive glass, and Ibaka takes advantage of the second chance opportunity.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
To the inside, Williams. And no good. And the Lakers going the other way now. Caruso looking for an opening. Lakers passing it around. Schroeder outside, kicks to Harrell. The rebound by Ibaka. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 11-point game. From the arc. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Clippers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Lakers.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Montrezl Harrell.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
It's a hand on it, and George able to finish.
You know, offensive rebound is largely about hustle. Paul George plays with great energy and focus.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Caruso. Back to Kuzma. To the middle. Caruso kicks to Harrell. Makes it off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 11.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Ibaka. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's George in at the 2 spot. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Keeps it alive. Porzingis on the follow.
And to me, this is what KP has got to do. Porzingis has the size and length to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
Here's George. The Mavericks making the shot. And the Clippers miss again.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, you have to love the patience by Kawhi right there. Use the pick and roll game to perfection.
Pass to Kleber. And Doncic. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleber grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleber texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary. Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Back to Richardson. Now, Kleber. He had 13 points in the win against the Magic in Orlando.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well. Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And Ibaka kicks to Beverley. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks leading by 6. Here's Doncic. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Back to Richardson. And he banks in the layup. Richardson's got his second bucket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
George passes to Ibaka. On the wing, Batum. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's George missing. For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
Richardson finds Porzingis. Back to Richardson. And it's sent back by Leonard. And he gets it back.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity. Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. That one goes in.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
And George kicks to Leonard. And here's George. And he drops it in from the low post. George has got his second basket.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Mavericks.
Show up as far as what I'm doing here now.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Williams at the point. The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And looking to stop this run and get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Now here's Brunson. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Dallas again missing.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Now the Clippers with it. Right now they're on a 9-0 run. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. Kennard on the wing. The 19-foot shot. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a fifth of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Williams against Brunson. Back to Williams. Ball's knocked loose. Powell with the steal. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Williams with the steal. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. Kennard kicks to Zubac. Williams scanning the floor. Charity stripe shot. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Doors in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. Had kind of of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
Down low, Zubac. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
It's deflected. Here's Finney-Smith. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. The Clippers also making some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Hardaway, no good. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Beverley. Here's Kleber. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Batum finds Leonard, and Ibaka slams it in.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Now, here's Richardson. An 11-point game for him in the win against Orlando. Outside Hardaway. Passes to Kleber. Three-pointer. Dallas again missing. Inside. Outside for Batum. A fadeaway. And that one released in time, but no good. And thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They're in better shape now than they were. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Doncic, no good. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for Los Angeles. George with no one around. Tries again, and it's finished off by Batum. Batum's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
You know what? You can see there's momentum right now. A nice hustle play there on the glass and the finish.
George against Doncic. It's stolen by Ibaka. To the paint. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Well, I'll tell you this. If the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
And the Mavericks call time here. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. George passes to Ibaka. Doncic against Beverly. Here's Richardson. Kleber, the pass to Richardson. It's on target from the high post. Richardson's got 6.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
See, I don't think you can teach that. Paul George going right into contact. You love that aggressiveness.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Williams against Brunson. Williams inside. Zubac no good. Mavericks trailed by 5. Powell the pass to Doncic. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
Johnson, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. On the wing, Doncic. Defended by George. And Doncic throws it down.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regrouped. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
Count it. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, I like to see Paul George be assertive down low. This guy doesn't lack for confidence, and he is an accomplished scorer regardless of where he is on the floor.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Cauley Stein finds Doncic. The Clippers grab the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Shots good by Kennard.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here's Doncic. He's got 12. And the dunk by Doncic.
Luka Doncic is in distinguished company because his game is so far advanced for his age.
Zubac kicks to George. Launches it. Nice D from Doncic.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And the Mavericks with some changes. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Leonard, he's checked in for Kennard.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Here's Doncic, and he uses the glass on the layup. Doncic has got 10 points in the quarter.
Just another way, Luka Doncic is such a tough cover. This guy's knack for getting into the painted area and converting both easy shots and contested shots.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Los Angeles on top, up 3. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So for the Clippers right now, Beverley and Williams, the guard tandem. Batum is out there with Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. There's the triple. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Richardson the pass to Finney-Smith. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out to Porzingis. And the three off target.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Mavericks trail by 5. Puts it up from 15, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And he's someone the defense should be keying on, especially in this moment.
I think he takes that kind of defense as a sign of disrespect, and he was more than happy to accept the challenge.
And the shot is good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Richardson kicks to Finney-Smith. Ring shot on the way. Pass to Kleber. Stolen by Beverly. And up the floor again. The Clippers running the floor. Leonard against Kleber. Back to Leonard. Pulls up. High post. And he hits the jump shot. And now a 7-point Clipper lead.
Well, you're working the two-man game with Kawhi Leonard as your primary target. That's the first guy you need to stop.
Richardson the pass to Kleber. Here's Porzingis, defended by Ibaka. Richardson left side. Shot clock at 6. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And the second chance points haven't come as easily to them as they did in that first half. Those are valuable points they're missing out on.
Outside, Batum. Kleber against Leonard. Kleber with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 5. It's Hardaway with the drive. Out to Porzingis. There's the pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Richardson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Leonard with no one around. Offensive rebound.
Well, Lou Williams in the open floor is just a bucket, folks.
The Mavericks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Richardson the pass to Finney-Smith. Count the bucket. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Doncic. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
Pass to Ibaka. Leonard on the wing. Brown.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip. He has been taking and making big shots for a long time. Luka Doncic with the delivery.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And George kicks to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. The Mavericks pull it in. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Leonard kicks to Beverly. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg... Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point.
Well, I like Richardson's versatile skill set. He has the deep shot, but he can also drive through the deep.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
So lethal in open court situations. Richardson excels at using his speed and athleticism to do damage in transition.
LeBron outside. The pass to Morris. Offside Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Caldwell Pope against Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
The bench did exactly what they needed to do. Without their production, who knows if they win that game?
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Doncic outside. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
James, the pass to Gasol. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Lakers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. It's tipped. Porzingis against Schroeder. Now here's Richardson. Not a lot of room. Back to Porzingis. James with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Here's the break. Lakers working the ball around now. And it's Schroeder in the corner. It's LeBron with the drive. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Such blinding speed on the drive. I mean, James is a force of nature when he's on the attack.
Porzingis kicks to Kleber. The three-pointer, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. James Johnson's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's James, and James throws it down.
You give James a lane to the basket, he's going to dunk it hard. Amazing watching him just glide through the air.
Here's Doncic. Lays it up off the glass.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Harrell dishes to Schroeder. Porzingis against Harrell. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Back to Harrell. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Now, here's Doncic. He picked up 33 points in their last one against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, and don't forget about his passing. I mean, he didn't forget about his teammates. He was spreading the ball all over the floor.
Here's LeBron after Luka Doncic's bucket. Pass to Horton Tucker. Schroeder dishes to Harrell. Over Porzingis. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Here's Richardson. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Richardson's got 6.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Schroeder finds James. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Richardson the pass to Doncic. Again, the Mavericks score. 17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Out left to the wing. James against Hardaway. Kuzma passes to James. And James throws it down hard.
Oh, come on. Hall of Fame athleticism and ability. James has no problem throwing it down in style.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Now here's Brunson. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
Wow, at 7 feet tall, CLA Stein is a major threat to throw it down. If he gets the ball close to the rim, the D is pretty much toast.
Little high post, working on CLA Stein. And it's Harrell missing.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Josh Richardson. Brunson with it. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Finney-Smith kicks to Powell. 5 to shoot. Here's CLA Stein, and the layup's good off the glass. CLA Stein's got 4 points this quarter.
And you got to do more than that to slow CLA Stein down. I mean, he's used to absorbing contact while shooting.
Kuzma outside. Pass to Horton Tucker. Passes it to Gasol. Here's Horton Tucker. Gasol's in the post. Shoots from the block. The Mavericks pull it in. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Brunson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. And there's the pass to Horton Tucker. Feeds to Gasol. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Horton Tucker, that's good. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
He lobs it up. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And Kuzma slams it in.
Backed by an aggressive offensive mindset, Kuzma attacks the rim with force.
And here's Brunson. Powell. Here's Finney-Smith. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of the night.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Johnson comes in for Dwight Powell. Oh, that was something else.
I'd like to say I'm blown away, but honestly, with LeBron, a game like this, it's just par for the course.
And Doncic gets it to go. 1:14 left here in the second. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Warriors. Pass to Schroeder. He kicks to Harrell. Shot from 12. Kleber with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 3. Free throw line jump shot. And he overshot that one, missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And that one, good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Doncic feeling it out. Steps back and fires. They get it back. It's good on the putback. Kleber's got the lead up to 3 now for Dallas.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
That's just crazy athleticism from James. His vertical is through the roof.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And the rejection by Harrell. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of the game. Doncic passes to Kleber. Right side, Porzingis. Off on the layup. So that'll be it for the first half. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3.
And if you don't think about it, Gasol is a tricky cover. I like how he just drew contact.
Los Angeles shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. The Mavericks shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. Doncic against Schroeder. And it's Doncic missing. And for the Lakers, they're shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And Caldwell Pope can be a volume three-point shooter, meaning when he gets a lot of attempts from there, he can fill it up from downtown.
And C-Web can tape.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And, Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Kleber kicks to Richardson. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. So both teams making some changes here. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Well, just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Here's Porzingis. Caldwell Pope against Richardson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Well, their goal on D is to not give him any clean looks from long range.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol. Out to Morris. Powell with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break, and the dunk by Powell.
Well, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Here's Gasol. Porzingis with the block, and he recovers it. Kuzma against Hardaway. Powell with the steal. Now here's Richardson. He's guarded closely, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And when you play the kind of tough inside game that Gasol does, I mean, get used to taking a few knocks.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. And it's Alex Caruso in for Caldwell Pope. And then for Dallas, Cauley Stein comes in for Porzingis. And it's Johnson in for Josh Richardson. Here's Brunson. Here's Cauley Stein.
You got to give major props to Cauley Stein for using his effective shot fake to draw the defense off the ground. Once they are in the air, he simply just goes up on them.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. Dallas making a switch here. Doncic is checked in. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Johnson against Harrell. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possession. Turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
LeBron's checked in for Los Angeles. Outside Hardaway. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hardaway has got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Lakers working the ball around now. Here's LeBron, and the dunk by LeBron.
If you're the defense, what can you do? James is too strong, too focused on these finishes.
Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Doncic outside. Pass to Brunson. 5 on the clock. Pulls up from the corner. And it's Doncic missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Here's Brunson. Deflects the pass. Johnson dishes to Hardaway. Doncic outside. It's good. Doncic has got 13.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
LeBron drives in. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
That's just great persistence from James. Solid at fighting through contact on his way to the rack.
Here's Doncic. And the rejection by Harrell.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Doncic passes to Johnson. Pulls it up. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
That's the only way to hold him in check. When he's got it inside, you got to have a body on him right away.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Markieff Morris. He's out there with Harrell. Dennis Schroeder is out there with LeBron James. And it's Caruso in at the 2.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
The drive by Schroeder. Harrell kicks it over to Schroeder. Passes it to James. Down low, Harrell out to Morris. The pass to Caldwell Pope. James wide open. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Come on, you got to get up on him and play some defense. They won't get away with that next time.
The first one falls.
Well, Richardson comes from a military family. I mean, his mom was an officer in the Air Force, so he knows about discipline on and off the court. That helps a pro ball player.
Lakers trail by 4. LeBron outside. And finished off by LeBron.
Money there shaves a few points off the lead. And the later we get into this game, the more you're going to see him attacking the basket.
Here's Doncic. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
The drive by James. Doncic with the block. And it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Marc Gasol's checked in for Montrezl Harrell.
Well, the GOAT watch continues. Every year, every accomplishment goes into the analysis. I mean, LeBron will probably never be able to stay.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers, trailing by 5. Schroeder outside. He dishes it to Gasol. James finds Schroeder. Teardrop shot. The drive by James. Porzingis with the block. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And he's got a good handle, excellent body control. Doncic is a threat to pull up from anywhere.
Here's James. No good that time. And it's Dallas the other way. Richardson attacking. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
Here's LeBron. He gets that one. LeBron's got 24.
And they've had him bottled up here in the fourth, just 2 of 7 from the field.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Caldwell Pope against Richardson. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways. You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him, and it goes down 2 points. Porzingis has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs. Caldwell Pope on the wing. There's the dish to James. Out to Morris. Lets the 3 fly. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
I mean, that's just a powerful build from James. Obviously helps him on the glass. Creating that second chance opportunity, incredible.
And Doncic, here we go.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. To the middle. Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Mavericks leading by 9. Doncic passes to Kleber. Unloads from 13. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Mavericks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Luka Doncic.
He was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Richardson kicks to Doncic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Misses. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
For you?
John Havlicek, for all my team people who don't know, I'm going to give you just a real simplistic explanation of who he is. If you've ever played prom at all, or you want to get into prom, and you make a point guard with a very quick jump shot, that's John Havlicek. But instead of him being shorter, he's 6'5" with like a 6'9" wingspan. So
LeBron's likeness of Lakers. And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wing. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, then it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Now here's Schroeder. Back to Gasol. Out to Morris. LeBron outside. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Leonard. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason, or in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change, and the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Well, whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Interesting to watch LeBron James at the line through the years. Has tried many different free throw strokes. Not a bad free throw shooter by any means, but always tinkering.
They get it back. And it's the Lakers ball. And it's the Lakers on the break. LeBron leading the charge. And the rejection by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
George passes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Here's James, and the dunk by James.
LeBron exploiting the defense once again, knowing when to slash, and gets himself to the rim.
Pass to George. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Morris dishes to Gasol. And Gasol with the dunk.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
And it's Beverly missing. Lakers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Schroeder looking over the floor to the inside. Gasol finds Caldwell Pope. Back to Gasol. Leonard with the steal. Schroeder against Beverly. Here's Batum. Morris with the rebound. And here's Gasol. They'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Just didn't do a lot wrong in that game. Just a solid win all around.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Here's George. After the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. George passes to Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Ibaka's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Now here's Schroeder. Here's James. Plays it up and banks it in. And that's now 6 points for LeBron.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Leonard on the wing. James covering. And the rejection by LeBron.
Well, LeBron using his big mitts there. Comes in handy on defense. Getting up there to spike that one away.
That shot missing. And the Lakers take it the other way. And here we go. And the dunk by LeBron.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. To the left side wing. Beverly for 3. That shot no good. Good D by James. Lakers leading by 5. Caldwell Pope finds Schroeder. Caldwell Pope against Batum. Passes it to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Now here's Schroeder. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Shot and game clock separated by 5. It's Gasol missing. Now George. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. Misses the jumper. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Reggie Jackson out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. Here's Kuzma following the score by Lou Williams. Gasol kicks to Harrell. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists tonight.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Williams. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
He's such a dynamic scorer, inside, outside. It really doesn't matter. Lou Williams is a huge threat to score, especially coming off the bench.
Here's Caruso. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State. Gasol. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gasol's got 6.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Williams scanning the floor. Pass to Kennard. Back to Williams. To the middle. And Gasol sends it back. Kuzma outside. Now the pass to Harrell. Here's Caruso, guarded by Jackson. Horton Tucker misses the 3. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Bucks.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Here's Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Feeds it to Gasol. It's good. Gasol's got 4 points now in the quarter. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. And it's Harrell missing.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
On the wing, Morris. Here's Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
And an excellent pass by Morris, a guy known for his finishing ability, but he also has the skills to facilitate.
Here's Caruso. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Kennard finds Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson.
Wow, LeBron on the roll. This time rocks it.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
Well, they had the home fans worried for a little bit. I know that.
Here's James after the Clippers pick up 2. And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by LeBron. Harrell's got 4 points this quarter.
What vision by LeBron, always willing to give up the ball. They're just hitting a wide open teammate.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
The Clippers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Beverly just motivated every night to get out here, to play, to compete. He hustles and wants to make it.
What a jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right? Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Takes a 3. And it's Leonard missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. From deep, George. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
And the quickness and long arms of KCP, he does a good job of getting.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Lakers ahead, up by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds. And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at point. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Lakers leading by 3. Ron right side. Schroeder passes to James. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Here's Leonard. Morris with the rebound. The Lakers shooting it as well as you're going to see. 67%. Lakers working the ball around now. Stolen by George. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
George with the bucket.
I like how Paul George right now is reading the defense like a Sunday paper, has a good feel as to when to fire from distance.
James in the post. He's covered by Leonard. AT that time from Leonard. Outside, Batum. George with no one around. Had the space there, but it's offline. Here's LeBron and the dunk by James.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And the rejection by James.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And Caldwell Pope, explosive off the floor. He can catch you unawares with his dunker.
Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
Yeah, LeBron showing all the ways that he can dominate a game here on another level in this one.
It's stolen by Schroeder. Now the Lakers on the break. Bobbed up there for Schroeder.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Clippers trail by 6. Beverly deciding where to go with it. To the paint, trying to find Batum. He's got it now. The shot, no good. The Lakers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Schroeder with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up. Schroeder against Ibaka. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Schroeder. And now it's an 8-point Laker lead. Down low, here's Leonard. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. They get Marc Gasol.
And this is who he has become. Leonard, with the great body control, takes the hit and still able to sink the shot and one.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Back to Harrell. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Leonard, no luck.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
The feed to Harrell. Here's Horton Tucker. Off target from outside. Clippers trail by 5. Leonard finds Zubac. Outside Williams. Goes back up. And here's Morris for 3. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Leonard. Here's Zubac. The kick out to Williams. Morris passes to Zubac. Shoots over Kuzma. Zubac, that's good. Zubac has got 8 points.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Beautiful use of the pick and roll. Sweet Lou, so elusive and so good in those sets.
Over to the left wing. Kuzma passes to Harrell. Caruso kicks to Caldwell Pope. Now the dish to Harrell. Banked in off the glass. Harrell's got his 3rd basket of the night.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact.
High post, Zubac. Makes it off the glass.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's Caruso. It's off. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Lakers lead by 1. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Morris, Lou Williams out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the pivot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. That one goes. Count it.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Here's Caruso. Back to Harrell. And the rejection by Zubac. 5 to shoot. This is to Harrell. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound. Crucial to this offense and his production.
And that one drops for him.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Poked away, hit his foot, and it's whistled a kick. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. James checked in for the Lakers. Out to the wing. Knocked away. Clock at 6. And foul on the shot, so he'll get it. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's George, and he lays it straight in.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They lead by 1. He feeds it to Gasol over Ibaka. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Schroeder. And that's 10 points for Marc Gasol.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Batum wide open. He fires. A rebound by the Lakers. James outside. Schroeder outside. Passes to Gasol. Here's Horton Tucker. Count it. Good.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Clippers trail by 5. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And Ibaka kicks to George. Fires the 3, and the 3-ball is good. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
James. Morris with the rebound. Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, a huge shot at this moment in the game.
And the Lakers have possession. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Batum. A miss that time would have put him up. Lakers shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. It's Gasol with the drive. Over Ibaka. The shot's good from Gasol. And the Lakers lead by 2.
That's a polished veteran who has just about seen it all. Gasol is able to keep his composure in these big moments.
The putback doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Lakers going the other way now. LeBron with it. Guarded now by Morris. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the Clippers get called for the foul.
I don't think anybody guards LeBron without fouling him. It's a matter of him convincing the referees it's enough contact.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 3. 56 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Chalk up 2 there.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And he Cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
Back to Beverly. Outside, George. Shot clock at 5. Back to Beverly. Kicks to George. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Here's the Lakers with the ball. A 2-point game. We can probably expect to see them slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions. Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Nope. Every opportunity here have to have flawless execution.
The drive by James. Yes!
Well, LeBron James lives for the big moment. Another one there.
And a deep 3 from George. And the miss. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. This was a hard-fought. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.